All right, well, I hope I'm doing this correctly. But what's up, guys? I had to take a step away and do a stand-up from my truck. That's where I'm at right now. Dale, I'm not sure if he made good or bad decisions this weekend. He's unavailable today, so I'm going solo. I didn't have any access to the studio and the mics and everything, so you're going to have to bear it out with me and hear me on my phone. But I just wanted to recap what an amazing, amazing weekend we just had. I mean, it doesn't matter if it was Phil Mickelson winning the PGA championship and becoming the oldest player ever. It doesn't matter that the Lakers were upset, even though they're road underdogs and picked to win it as a 7th seed. I mean, LeBron James, I don't know if he could sell his case anymore for trying to win an Oscar award, because NBA Twitter and everyone else was giving him the business for kind of overselling that injury that he suffered on his shoulder. Playoff hockey. You have the Padres right now, who have the best record in baseball, first team to 30 wins, and I have to hear it from all these Dodger fans and everyone else on the internet, whatever, saying, oh my God, it's this early. It's only May 24th or whatever date it is. Well, you know what? Your team is not in first. So I could totally understand the frustration and where you're coming from. I mean, Fernando Tatis Jr., really fast, he signs the 14-year deal. He gets that bajillion-dollar extension, and since he has come off the COVID IL list, he is on a tear. I mean, 11 for 14. You can look at all the stats, 4 home runs. You got the chain. Padres Twitter was having an absolute ball with that. Some people are kind of offended. Some people don't really care for it. I mean, are they taking a bite out of what the U did? Maybe, but Manny is from Miami, so that is kind of his deal. I think it's badass. Anyways, I mean, just for the Padres to be on the roll that they are now, I mean, they're just a game up on the Dodgers, who just swept the Giants over the weekend. So pretty big series there. And the Padres and Dodgers are set to play in a couple weeks towards the middle of June. Just buckle up. Watch that. You're going to enjoy it. They are what's making baseball fun to watch again. But, I mean, look, back to golf really fast. You're going down the stretch and you're thinking, okay, can Phil pull this off? He has created some negative headlines about himself of not being able to finish. He hasn't won a major since 2013. He's had blown finishes and blown leads towards the end, all of that. And you have Brooks Koepka. He's already won the PGA champ twice already in his very short career. He just does not give any sort of fucks, which is so awesome. And I think if there was any type of lesson that you were going to give a kid to golf, I would maybe show the tenacity and maybe wherewithal that Brooks brings with him. Because on the brightest stages and under the brightest lights, basically majors, he just shows up and he just expects to win. I mean, I understand how mental this game is and that huge component, but man, I thought it was going to come down to him pulling this off, and it was never over until it was over. Phil, that last scene that you saw on the 18, I want to say this about the crowds really fast. I understand, like, I don't know how everyone feels about the pandemic, whatever. Everyone has their own views. I don't really give a shit. I'll say this. Through proper safety precautions that I feel like professional leagues and the organizations have run between fans, getting them into the stands, and of course vaccinations, I was so fucking stoked to see the crowd back. I mean, there was a sense of electricity, and it didn't matter if you were watching the New York Rangers game yesterday morning, if you were watching the Avalanche play, for Colorado. It didn't matter if you're watching the Padres. It didn't matter if you were watching the Suns beat the Lakers, or the Blazers and Damian Lillard upset Nikola Jokic. It was a phenomenal weekend, and there wasn't any major events pushed back because of COVID. Everything was on track, and to see the fans and to hear that deafening roar, I mean, I'm getting chills thinking about it. Welcome back. There was a sense of, I want to say, I don't know if I'm using this correctly, maybe it was like a soul refreshment. You just think deep down in you. For those of you that enjoy watching the game, that enjoy going back and forth in group chats with your friends, it was fantastic. To have that element of the fans back, they are what makes it so special. Because we saw last year, whether it was the Lakers winning the Mickey Mouse ring for the NBA, or same with the Dodgers or whoever, yes, they're still on the field. Yes, there's the marquee names, but it didn't have that same flair. It didn't have that same intensity that we saw this weekend. It just felt like it was a proverbial, hey, we're fucking back moment, and it's only going to get better. You're looking at teams like the Padres, who on June 17th are going to roll out full crowds. They're saying they want full capacity. I mean, who knows? By the time football comes around, it's going to be back to normal. It's fantastic. We're at a great time of the year. We're in summertime. The weather's getting warmer. Unless you live in San Diego, then it's the same basically every fucking day. But that's besides the point. I mean, it was just phenomenal. I mean, again, back to the Lakers thing again. I had bet on them to win. I should probably stop doing that. I bet on the Hawks to beat the Knicks to beat the Hawks. Trae Young hits the ice winner and does the Reggie Miller to the MSG. I mean, you had Spike Lee, who was just dumbfounded in his ridiculous outfit on the court side. That was amazing to see. I mean, LeBron James, I mean, you have to be in strong contention. Like, I don't know the fact that he lives in LA now. Is he getting acting lessons from Leonardo DiCaprio? Is Ben Affleck, after he's done having a fun time with J-Lo, sorry, A-Rod, is he going over to LeBron's mansion and saying, hey, I want to give you some acting skills? Because the play where he basically looked like he separated his shoulder and popped it out of socket, put it away. And then you had the playing game when they played the Warriors. I mean, he said he saw 3 rims in his eye. Dude, come on. And of course, Chris Paul was in any sort of scuffle and campaign. It was great. You know, it was so awesome. This is a fantastic time of the year. Like I said, Dale's not here today. I just had to go on. I've been rambling way too long. I just couldn't let another day go by. Just celebrating what we have. Just not only in sports. Obviously, yes, you have that giant, I guess the weight's not completely off.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
And apparently my stupid watch is freaking out. But it was amazing. It was amazing. Sorry for the Apple Watch. That was a huge distraction. But congratulations to Phil Mickelson. I mean, he turns 51 next month, I believe, or sometime in the next couple months, to win the PGA Championship, to become the oldest player to win a major title, or major tournament, excuse me. Oh, it was so awesome. It was great. The Padres being in first place. Tatis, who is arguably going to be in contention for MVP. God forbid any sort of injury or another COVID outbreak happens. Let's not hope that. I mean, betting-wise, we're going to have hopefully a betting video soon. Hopefully by Wednesday. I mean, this is the best time of the year. We just had a major tournament for golf. We obviously have the Stanley Cup playoffs, which is fucking kicking ass. And then the NBA playoffs. Who knows what LeBron's going to fuck up now and what kind of acting skills and charades we're going to see with him on the sideline. I have no idea, but I'm just so stoked. I'm happy for the fans. I'm happy for the intensity. I'm happy for all of that to be back. It just seems like there's this proverbial, we're back. That's what it feels like. And I'm fucking stoked. Just so stoked. I cannot express it enough that I'm literally sitting in my hot-ass truck on my cell phone without a proper camera or mic. But make sure to tune in. Follow WOTM Daily. Go subscribe on YouTube, please. You can follow Dale at AaronDale_, me at Will Galvez. Go follow the boys, basically our employers. JP25 Media, Josh and Dave are doing a bunch of great stuff. Great weekend. I'm looking forward to it. It's the best time of the year. It is the best time of the year. We're heading into the best time of the year. Summertime. If you don't like summer, you're a psycho. You should probably just leave and get the fuck out of here. But for the rest of you, I hope you had a great weekend. We'll be back on Wednesday. Go WMTM Daily.